Welcome to my channel. Ibrahim Traore has responded to the French President Emmanuel Macron's insult to Africa. Yes, and it's a windy day here in the Caribbean paradise nation, but the job continues, my friends. Ibrahim Traore has responded to Macron's insulting comments that he made several days ago. Several days ago, I made a video on my channel about Macron's insulting comments to Africa, that Africans should be grateful that France is keeping terrorism out of Africa. Well, the great leader Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso responded in some strong statements, my friends. He basically said France should be worshipping Africa for how our ancestors built France. Yes, and this article is coming out of Africa by Omar Sanker. And he wrote a wonderful article here which reads, France Macron's insulting all Africans. That is what Ibrahim Traore said, that Macron is insulting all Africans by coming out with his nonsense statements to his ambassadors in Paris a few days ago. Well, Ibrahim Traore is not making any joke. He hit back at the French president saying that African leaders had forgotten to say thank you. That is what Macron said, that African leaders should be grateful and they forgot to say thank you. Well, Ibrahim Traore said those statements made by the French president Emmanuel Macron is insulting to all Africans. The French President Emmanuel Macron's statements is insulting to all Africans. Burkina Faso President Captain Ibrahim Traore said the other day, urging all African nations to end their military pact with France. This is what Ibrahim Traore said, and I quote, Macron has humiliated all Africans. This is how the gentleman sees Africa and Africans. We are not human beings in his eyes, Traore said at a ceremony in the capital, Ouagadougou, on Monday, hitting back at French president. So he said France, which is true, France doesn't see Africans as human beings. That is why he's coming with all this insulting statements, because they feel they can come to Africa, they can do anything, they can steal all the resources, give back nothing, and then come back to give insulting statements. In an address to diplomatic corps last week, Macron said African leaders had forgotten to say thank you to France for helping to combat insurgencies in the Sahel region. Yes, the insurgencies that was caused by France. He is saying French, the people in Africa forgot to say thank you. But Ibrahim Traore is saying this is a smoke screen for the people, referring to Macron's comments. If anyone is ungrateful, it is him. This is what Traore is saying. If anybody is ungrateful, it is him, Macron, who is ungrateful. France exists. This is what Ibrahim Traore is saying, and I quote, France exists today thanks to our ancestors. They should pray for us. and they should worship us. The West African leader also said that Paris is changing its strategy to maintain its forces in Africa, as many nations in recent years have expelled the France soldiers from Africa. Well, in Macron's statement he made to his diplomats, he said they will be coming with a new strategy. And Traore said this strategy will be they will have undercover soldiers in the different African countries, because there's only 2 remaining African countries that allow French bases and troops to be in the country. That is Gabon and Djibouti. All the rest, including Ivory Coast and Senegal, would have asked France to leave the country. And Ibrahim Traore also said in his presentation that this is how the France do it. They come into your country to say they're protecting you and they're training your soldiers, but they provide inferior training to the soldiers in the African countries. So they're unable to fight any war. Whereas they fund terrorist organizations in Africa so that they can continue the destabilization of the government, so that France can say, yes, we're here to protect the country from insurgencies. Old trick in the book, my friends. It has been working for many years, but we are proud now of our great African hero, Captain, President of Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traore, who is standing up to France, Europe, and the whole Western Empire. Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso has suffered 19 assassination attempts. That is how bad they want to get rid of him. But it will not happen. The time is now for our people to come together. And that is the mission of this channel, is to bring our people together. The mission of my channel is to bridge the gap between the African continent and the African diaspora, which includes the Caribbean nation islands, where I'm at, African Americans, Afro-Europeans, Afro-Canadians, and Africans also in South America, which includes Brazil and Colombia, and other South African, Southern American nations, my friends. There's a lot of wind out here today. I apologize for that, but I just had to bring to you this story here today, my friends. They will not leave certain countries. This is what Ibrahim Traore is saying in his continued statement. They will not leave certain countries. They will set up security companies to secure their companies which are in these countries. But the soldiers will be there. They will no longer see them in uniform or gathered in bases. This is what Ibrahim Traore said, voicing regret that many of his peers had not yet understood this. So Ibrahim Traore is saying many of the various African leaders do not understand France and the Western countries' policy in Africa. They do not understand how smart these people are. That is why they want to get rid of Ibrahim Traore, because he understands them. He was trained by France. So he understands that their training is useless, and he understands the tricks that they're doing. He speaks their native language, French. So he understands France better than anybody else. That is why he decided in 2020 to overthrow the puppet French government that was ruling Burkina Faso with an iron fist, giving away all the resources in Burkina Faso. In 2022, Ibrahim Traore and the Burkina Faso army surrounded the government in a coup d'etat and seized power in the capital city of Ouagadougou. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. If I'm not, please let me know how to pronounce it in the comment section. Comment and let me know how to pronounce it. But Ibrahim Traore and the Burkina Faso army seized power in 2022, and since that, Burkina Faso has been developing rapidly. I have to do a separate video on that to show the progress from 2022 to now and what was happening before 2022. I will do a follow-up video on that, so make sure to come back to my channel and to see all of those videos coming up. If you want to see the recent video that I did about Macron giving his insulting statements to Africans, I did that video a few days ago. Check it out on my channel. And if you're new here, what are you waiting for? Please subscribe to my channel, like this video, share it with all your friends and family, and comment your thoughts and opinion on what you think about this video. And I'm happy to have you here. If you're new to this channel, please watch some more of my videos and come back anytime that you want. We normally bring videos 3-4 times, maybe more, per week about issues affecting the African continent and the African diaspora. My name is Beyond. This is Beyond Uncut, and we bring unedited videos under the Caribbean trees here to you, my friends. Burkina Faso has been under army rule since January 2022. The West African nation was among the first African nation to expel the France forces in 2022. Over the past years, several African nations, including Niger, Mali, have expelled French military bases, while Ivory Coast, Chad, and Senegal have demanded the withdrawal of French forces. French forces are expected to complete withdrawal from Chad by the end of this month, January. Djibouti and Gabon are the only two remaining African nations with continued French military presence. But we're working on Gabon and Djibouti because we have to expel all French forces out of Africa for us to have full liberation of the African continent. But Ibrahim Traore, the president of Burkina Faso, is calling for a break in military pacts with France. He's calling on all African nations to break their military pacts with France. Traore called on African nations to break military cooperation and agreement with France. This is what Traore said, and I quote, "It is the only way to have independent army, to build ourselves, to be strong. If you want to break with us, if you want a break with these imperialist forces, it is simple. We must denounce the agreements. The problem lies in the colonial defense agreements that have been signed since independence." So since independence, Francophone countries, former French colonies in Africa, signed a military agreement that is saying France should be there protecting them. So Traore is calling for all African nations to first denounce that agreement, calling it null and void, non-existent, and then move forward to eliminate all French forces. All the presidents of the former French colonies, including Djibouti and the Tula Gabon, all they need to do, the president just need to read a statement and say, "We denounce the military arrangement that was signed with France after independence, and denounce it and then ask the French forces to leave. Simple. Mission accomplished. That is how easy it is to do. In the French system, the most dangerous ones are, this is what Traore said. He's trying to let the Africans know how the system works. In the French system, the most dangerous ones are the military advisors, said the military ruler, Traore, who took office in September 2022. They are the ones responsible for putting France's policy in Africa into practice. Traore called on Africans to wake up, to work for the happiness of the African people, to fight against the imperialism and to decolonize mentalities. This is what Traore is saying. What a president, just in his 30s, the youngest president in Africa. That is why he got overwhelming cheers at the President of Ghana inauguration ceremony. I did a video on that as well. Out of like 20-something African leaders, he was the only one. Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso was the only one who got a thunderous applause by the people, because the people understand that he is for them, my friends. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already. Like this video, share it with all your friends and family. And of course, my name is Beyond. This is Beyond Uncut, and I will see you again in the next video. Much love. Bye-bye.